Good afternoon. We are following breaking news right now in Lincoln County. We have just received confirmation that a plane has crashed near Odessa this morning. It is a military plane based at Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. And what we know at this point is that it crashed near Coffee Pot Lake Road. Witnesses there heard what they thought was a sonic boom, and it shook their house. This woman here was home with her kids on the phone when she heard that sound.
Just see smoke, and there was a little bit of wreckage, and we just kind of went on Coffee Pot, and it looked like there really wasn't much left.
Now a massive search and investigation is underway, and KXLY4's Aaron Luna is at the crash scene right now. Aaron, what can you tell us?
Well, Colleen, about 15 to 20 minutes ago, we did have a couple military helicopters land just behind us. One stayed on the ground, the other actually took off. We were on the other side of this little ridge here. You can see the crash site is about a mile up the road off of Coffee Pot, and it's just a big crater in the ground. From the pictures I've seen, the neighbors I've talked to that were up there at the time say the biggest piece of shrapnel they can see is about 4 or 5 feet wide, so that gives you an idea of just how big of a disaster this was. It's pretty much spread pretty far around. Talking with neighbors that live pretty close by, like you said earlier, Colleen, they thought it was a sonic boom. Sonic booms normally rattle windows. This one was like that, but with much more intensity. Military is on scene right now. We actually have, we were looking through a telescope from one of the neighbors showing about 6 Humvees up there, and like we said, a couple of choppers have landed. We're just cordoned off from this area. The crash site is spread out pretty wide from what we can tell and what neighbors have told us. The plane disintegrated. We do know that there are believed to be 3 pilots on board that plane. I know the Navy is still kind of getting back to us and telling us exactly if they believe those men to be alive or not. We'll stay out here on the scene and bring you more video and hopefully some pictures of that scene as soon as possible. Colleen, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Aaron, and we do have confirmation from the military that they do believe those 3 people on board have died. What we're wondering right now is what does it look like in the area as far as traffic and people being able to get by? How much is blocked off by this investigation?
Well, we do know at least 2 sides of Coffee Pot Road are closed at this time. It's not a heavily traveled area. Behind me, you can see mostly wheat fields. That's where the plane crashed. And the crash site is just, I would say, to the south of Coffee Pot Road, about a mile up from here. So we haven't seen really any traffic. I think 1 car stopped by earlier, and that's been about 45 minutes since we've been here. So it's not a heavily traveled road, mostly just you would see farmland and just a few scattered houses. So it's not affecting traffic too much at this time.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. And as you can see in that video, we've seen a Black Hawk there and a Huey, so we do know other military bases are involved in the investigation and helping with this crash. What we do know is that at the time of this crash, those on board were going through a routine training mission when the crash happened. Now, just to recap, a Navy Prowler crashed in Lincoln County this morning. 3 people were on board on a routine training mission from Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. It appears none of the 3 on board survived the crash. KXLY4 has several crews covering this story. You can get updates on the go. Just follow us on Facebook and Twitter for breaking news updates throughout the day. And if you're in the area, you can update us by sending us pictures to Facebook and Twitter. Be sure to stay with KXLY4, KXLY.com, and AM 920 throughout the day for the latest updates on this breaking news.